You are now watching Zacklessage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Zacklessage here. Today we're going to be covering over Blissey V Cinccino. So this is not necessarily a concept that I've come up on my own. I have reworked this list a little bit from the list that Shun Ito went 3-2 drop with at the GT Tour. So they could have made it on, they could have advanced, maybe they just wanted to end their day, maybe they're retired, something came up. I think their list looks kind of hot when it comes to Blissey. So maybe there's something here, maybe, I don't always do well at every single tournament either. So if you know what I'm trying to say, I just think that there could be something with this deck. Seems cool, Blissey V, getting all those energies back from the discard pile, Cinccino drawing cards, Path to the Peak. I really like how this deck works in my head. So we'll show you some gameplay. Check out the list in the description. While you're there, feel free to pick up some Zacklessage merch. I'm still actively waiting on my t-shirt order, so I can't wait to show that off to everyone once we get it there, but it does help me as a content creator. You can also help me by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and telling your friends, all that good stuff. Let's jump into the deck list, see what's poppin'. So here we got the Blissey deck. You can see Blissey here looking all pretty there. Its ability, Natural Cure, so every time you attach an energy from your hand, you can remove all special conditions. I don't necessarily think it's going to be that huge of a deal, but you want to know what, sometimes there's that paralysis, confusion, something like that can be really tough to get around. Blissful Blast, BBBBBBB, 10 plus for each color, like for a colorless energy, doing 30 more damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do any damage with this attack, you may attach up to 3 energy cards from your discard pile to this Pokemon. And it says energy cards, so that's any energy. So you can see we're running all special energies up in here. We make this even more powerful by giving it Cape of Toughness. So it's not a GX Pokemon, we're giving it plus 50 HP. So 300 HP Blissey, Cinccino to discard any cards, preferably energies when we want to get them in the discard pile. Energy Assist, or you could just, you're probably not going to be using it, to be honest. You're basically using this to draw cards, to get energies in the discard pile, and just draw cards. We have Path to the Peak. We could stop all Pokemon that have a rule box in play. None of our Pokemon in our deck have a rule box, so we're just basically locking our opponent's abilities out of play. We have a couple of copies of Marshadow to get around our opponent's whatever, Chaotic Swell, anything that they have that's going to block our Path to the Peak. And then we got some cool stuff going on here. Got a couple copies of Malalana to reduce damage, get out of the active. We have Boss Orders, so we can bring up our opponent's Pokemon. Mainly where the deck comes cool is it's going to be a Blissey strategy. You want to get energies into your discard pile, hit with Blissful Blast for a lot of damage, heal some damage, tank with Cape of Toughness. Then you can search out your Pokemon. You could do extra damage with powerful colorless energy. You even have weakness guard if you run into a fighting type deck. Yep, it's weak to fighting. I just got to double check all the time. And then you got capture energy, search out whatever you want. Lucky Energy is a cool new card too. So if they damage you by an attack, even if you're knocked out, you could draw a card. So you can just keep on getting these back. So you almost reset stamp Marnie proof yourself. So I like how this deck can just work. Maybe you want to add some more tech cards, but right now there's just enough stuff to make everything work. So let's see how this deck works out in some gameplay. Again, shout out to Shun Ito, or Shun Ito. If I'm butchering that name, my apologies. I'm a huge fan of the deck, and let's see exactly what this deck can do in some gameplay. Alright, so our opponent here is calling the coin flip. We'll see exactly what we get. We won the coin flip. My gut feeling tells me it's better to go first so we can get energies on our discard pile. As much as Blissey wants to attack on the first turn, you're probably not doing too much with Blissful Blast. And by the time you're attacking on your second turn, you could probably start acquiring those energies back in your discard pile. And your opponent's likely not attacking you for a lot on your first turn either, so I think it seems okay. Depending on what we're playing against here, we're playing against another Rapid Strike URSHIFU. I'd really like to have some weakness guards energies if that's possible. Yeah, I guess we'll start off with the Minccino. And I mean, this is probably a tough matchup. Let's go Level Ball. Let's search our deck for the Mew. I'm gonna go Capture Energy, search for another Minccino. And I mean, my hand's nothing special. I'm gonna use Cinccino's next turn. Can't really do too much to the Blissey, so I'm just gonna pass here. If they discard our energies with like Giratina, it's cool. We can also get weakness guard energies, so that's really going to be the big game changer here. So if we can get a couple weakness guard energies on the Blissey, we might be able to take down the URSHIFU VMAX. If we aren't able to get a couple energies on the Blissey, we might be in trouble. Now, our first Blissey might fall, our second Blissey might struggle. It's really once you get a couple of the weakness guard energies onto the Blissey that you're able to overcome this matchup. Now, as this deck kind of grows in the metagame, or develops, should I say, it's one of those things where we might be like, you want to know what, Rapid Strike URSHIFU is going to see a lot more success than we originally thought, or than I originally thought. Let's add more weakness guard energies. Let's come up with some answers here. Maybe they're playing a Rapid Strike box. You could heal off your Pokemon. Interesting. It looks like it might not just be a Rapid Strike deck. And these are the type of decks that I could see happening in this metagame. So once we're able to get past this Rapid Strike URSHIFU V, that's going to be the real struggle. It looks like our opponent might not be playing Giratina. It looks like they're playing an Octillery engine. The fact that they're also building up their Empoleon, to me, is by all means, go for it. The scarier thing that I have to worry about is that they could one-shot us when they evolve with Gale Thrust. So Gale Thrust doing 150 times 2, 300, even with a Cape of Toughness, it's not tough enough. So weakness guard energy is going to be huge. They also play Billowing Fan, or Fan of Waves, I should say. Or they could, because it is a Rapid Strike card. So maybe it's not the Giratina that I should be worried about. It's probably just the Fan of Waves. So there's the boss's orders. Before I do anything, let's go ahead and evolve into the Cinccino. I think that sounds like a good plan. Considering I have nothing else I want to search in my deck, I'm going to grab the other Cinccino, thinning it out of my deck so I have a higher chance of getting it. And I mean, I'll try my best in this game. We'll see. Might not go our way, but we'll see. I'm going to make do away the Lucky Energy because we can attach up to 3 energies with Blissful Blast. There's a powerful colorless energy. I mean, maybe that's the wave. We could be doing 30, 60 goes there. That might stop the Fan of Waves if we get something. In that case, maybe I will discard the Mallow and Lana. I don't necessarily think the healing is going to help us too much. I'm going to go Level Ball, search for another Minccino. Considering I feel like this Blissey is likely going to get knocked out, I'm going to put down another Blissey. Now, this is where I'm going to attempt my best at stopping them. So let's go, like, we're hitting for 10, plus the additional 20. That's 30, plus 6 for each energy. For each energy attached to this Pokemon. So we are doing 10, so plus 60, 80, 90. We're hitting 90 damage. I mean, do I want to bring up Remoraid? I'm going to go ahead and bring up Remoraid. I think that might be a good call right now. I don't know if it's... They can always search out a way to retreat. Might be making a mistake here. Let's go Blissful Blast. Hit there. Might as well grab the extra energy. The Lucky Energy, if they even attack us, we're going to be getting some extra cards. And I mean, we are drawing a prize card as well. The research there could be incredibly hot. Our goal here is to get those multi-weakness guard energies on there so that we're just like vibing out. If they're going to start attacking us with the Empoleon, I'm cool with that too. Because this deck can rapidly build itself up with the amount of energies required. So there's their boss. I mean, us losing the Mew is going to severely suck here. There's no other way to put it. That sucks. But they did have to waste that on the Mew. Maybe they won't be able to get too many prize cards. They got to move the energies. So maybe this Blissey will just be a big attacker. So let's go like this, sending up this one. I'm going to put another Blissey down. We're going to put a Cinccino there, and we're just going to go for a fat research. Come on, weakness guard energies. Let's go. Because we can get those back. So they're basically free discards for us. So let's go ahead and make do away weakness guard energy. can put Cape of Toughness on our Pokemon so that they survive the attacks. I'm going to discard another energy here. So let's go Make Do, discard another energy. And I'm going to go Make Do, discarding Cinccino. I don't necessarily think we need the Cinccino. We're going to go Path to the Peak in play in case they have something like a Dedenne or Crobat. I don't think they're going to spread too much damage here. So, there's no point of us putting Cape of Toughness on anything yet. Because they're going to hit this for 240, not be able to knock it out. Reset Stamp's not going to do anything, so we're just going to go for Blissful Blast for not enough damage, but we are pretty much powered up for next turn to knock out this Empoleon V. Since we've drawn a prize card, our goal is to knock out the Empoleon V and knock out another Rapid Strike. So far the Blissful Blast is succeeding in a lot of damage here. So they're going to use Octillery. They might be able to just remove our Weakness Guard energy. Maybe they're going to search their deck for a Karina's Focus. Maybe they're going to search for a Seabald. Okay, it looks like they're pretty much preparing to take us out of the game. Because this is not a rule box Pokemon either. So, at least we have the Weakness Guard energies, and when the Weakness Guard energy falls off, we could Reset Stamp our opponent, put them under Path to the Peak. They'll have no energies on their Pokemon. Once they snipe with their Rapid Strike URSHIFU V, we could Reset Stamp them, Path to the Peak, get all those energies back. So the deck does become quite strong over time. We also play the Marshadows just to get around if they had a Chaotic Swell or anything else. We can use it just to take away their stadium, getting it out of our deck if we really want to. There's another energy. They're evolving. If they don't have the Fan of Waves, we're good. They might not see the Weakness Guard energy. And we're going to draw those extra cards too. I might want to try to go for like a Mallow play if possible. So since I don't really have anything else, let's go for Make Do. I don't need Blissey anymore, so let's pitch this away. You can see that it's there's a whole bunch of fun things going on in this deck. Let's Make Do away a research because there's only so many researches you could play. There's another Weakness Guard energy, so let's take away the Weakness Guard energy. Because at least we can get those back. It's not going to work out for us this turn. Let's go Path to the Peak. And we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 30 times 5, 150, 160, 170. So they'll be able to knock out the active. Actually, if I just go Cape of Toughness here, they cannot knock out the active. I might as well Cape of Toughness some of these other Pokemon. Yeah, let's just go Capes on the Blisseys for right now. Let's see what we can get back into our deck. Let's grab the Boss and the Mallow. And I might as well put the Lucky Energy on the Blissey. Or actually, maybe I want to build up another Blissey right now since we're getting the 2-shot anyways. Or at least, presumably, we're getting the 2 shots. Maybe I want to get the double Weakness Guard energies. It's tough. There's really, like, the damage output for this deck can be quite low. And I wish I could just heal. I think I need some more healing. I'm just going to start building up another Blissey. I think that's going to be our best plan here. So we're going to hit for Blissful Blast for 180. Might as well grab another energy. And if we don't get knocked out, I think we're in a prime position to win this game. We're not getting as many energies with Blissful Blast as we want. I think it's odd the amount of energies that we've been drawing this game. But our setup seems really hot. And our opponent still has only drawn 1 prize card. And we have a lot of damage in play. Now, I don't know how many copies of Seabold they play. That is a Scroll of Swirls, which is an interesting card for them to be playing down. And they're not going boss, so it's a really weird kind of Rapid Strike deck built around the Rapid Strike URSHIFU VMAX. And I think as time progresses, we're probably going to see a few more of these. Just the fact that the weakness guard energies are holding on enough might mean that this deck has a chance, and they knocked out our Mew as their only prize card. So we'll see how our opponent reacts here. Hopefully they just hit us for like Gale Thrust, or they attack us with Empoleon V. Even if they'd have to get double Fan of Waves to take away both of our weakness cards. There's a Tower of Waters. So that's going to give them the free retreat. There's a Zorora. Interesting. Probably going to go for some weird snipes. Because they can go 160, 190 to one of our bench V Pokemon. And they're probably going to move a Rapid Strike energy. But we are not knocked out yet. So that's something to keep in mind. So I think there's a good chance that we're probably going to hard retreat this Blissey this turn. We're doing 10 plus 30, 40. If we get a powerful colorless energy, we'd be doing 10 plus 30. So 2 energies of powerful colorless energy would be 60, 70, 90 damage. 90 plus 120 would be enough to get that. So we're trying to find a powerful colorless energy. So let's try and make that happen. Let's make do away. We can get some of these other energies in our discard pile. Or actually, we're gonna have enough in our I'm just gonna get one of them right now. So there's our powerful colorless energy. If we actually attack with this one, I think we're in a really good spot. I'm just gonna put a U-turn board here. And at this point, before I retreat, I just want to go Marnie and figure out exactly what I want to do here. I think I'm okay with this, because there's a lot of good cards that I'd like out of my deck. And I can always use this, discarding a Quick Ball, which I don't think I need at this time. Then I can always, I really like these cards in my hand, so I'm not going to get rid of them. I don't think I need the Mallow and Lana, so maybe I could reach +1 if I really wanted to, but I think I'm okay here. Let's go ahead here, retreat, send this up. Now, I just want to double check, as long as this Pokemon is attached to a Pokemon, if the Pokemon discard is 0 and active. So we're actually going to discard the powerful colorless energy, and we're going to discard the weakness, and the lucky energy. So we're sending this up. This should be able to get the knockout onto the Empoleon V. We're going to put a Path to the Peak in case they have anything like an Eldegoss, the Den GX, stuff like that. No reason to play a reset stamp. No neat reason for us to draw extra cards right now. And let's go for Blissful Blast. This should be a knockout. Just enough. And then we're going to get back weakness, and we're going to go for powerful colorless energy. So we're actually like packing this fat Blissey. 150 damage base, +10, 160, 200 damage right there. 200 damage is going to be enough to knock out this Rapid Strike URSHIFU V with the boss's orders, and we can grab... Oh, we gotta watch out for the Scroll of Skies. 50 for each, +50 for each energy. That's so spooky. I mean, it costs lightning colorless, so Rapid Strike energy only counts as fighting water. So they have to go like Spiral energy. But I mean, I think we're in a pretty okay spot, especially if we're able just to go boss on their Rapid Strike VMAX. And I think we're going to be able to steal this game from our opponents. Now, maybe they'll go for Matchless Maelstrom, where they're going to do 30 across the board. Again, Mew would have been really huge here, but we do have the Mew in our deck. And our opponent knocked it out as their 1 prize card. So if we beat the Rapid Strike deck with our opponent only taking 3 prize cards, 1 from knocking out a Mew and 1 from sniping a Blissey V on the bench, I'm totally cool with that. And I think we could actually survive a few more turns than I just assume. So there's Matchless Maelstrom. And yeah, so we should just be able, like, in a lot of cases, there's the powerful colorless energy. Not that I'm trying to go anything. If our opponent had anything that was like stopping our extras, I could just go remove those. We do have our 3 prize cards left. So just showing you what this deck can do. And I could also draw cards. Like, let's say if I didn't have the boss's orders, I could draw into it as well, from the Cinccino. So you can see that, like, the deck can continue on. Maybe I didn't have a supporter. Maybe I need to heal. Maybe I needed something else. There's a bunch of cards that I could have played out like this if the situation got dire. I mean, I wouldn't have had the boss, but we're sitting here on the boss. I marnied last turn to get the boss. So we're going to do this, give our opponent the well played, and then we're going to smack them for a whole bunch of damage. You can see the damage adds up a lot, 250, and then 1, 2, 3, getting all those energies back. So Blissey can be absolutely a tank, even beating Rapid Strike URSHIFU VMAX, which is insane to me, even if it's not the most common build of the deck. Okay, so our opponent's just calling the coin flip. I lost the coin flip, but that's okay. Like I said, we want to go either first or second. The fact that we're able to go second is also not that bad. With a hand like this, we could even get a card in our discard pile, start building up those energies with Blissful Blast. Right away, we'll see what our opponent's playing here. Hopefully it's not another Rapid Strike deck. This looks like it's an ADP deck. I honestly can't be sure. We will certainly draw more cards. LUCMETAL, maybe? Maybe it's ADP LUCMETAL box? I honestly can't be sure with what I saw was Aurora energy. Maybe there's some new text that were taken out of this deck or added into this deck. But we could put our Minccino down, we got a Quick Ball, we got a Capture Energy, we can Marnie our opponents. So I feel like we're in a pretty okay spot. Even if they go and remove our energies, this deck can get them back. Lucky Energy is really one of the cards that we want to get out as soon as possible. So let's go ahead, pitch away the Lucky Energy. And we're going to search for cool ways for us to get out these Pokemon. Let's do a quick search of our prize. Seems fine. So we're not going to really be doing much damage on our first turn. We're going to be doing like 10 damage to our opponents. But let's get these down. So we're vibing out there with the Mincinos, and we're just going to go ahead and play a Marnie. We want to try to get down as many things as possible against our opponents. You can see there's another Blissey. I have no reason to put down another Blissey right now. I also don't have a reason to not put a Blissey down. I don't think this is the type of deck that does a lot of damage. So we're going to go ahead here and get our energy back with Blissful Blast. We're going to get that Lucky Energy back. And what the Lucky Energy does, if we're getting damaged by any attack, so let's say that they decide to go for Steel Fist or something like that, we are going to get the energy. We are going to draw a card with Lucky Energy, which is quite huge. Now, the Capture Energy there seems telling that our opponent is playing LUCMETAL. So this is really a cool matchup. I know I don't necessarily think LUCMETAL is as great with Path to the Peak coming out, but it seems like our opponent's ready to start getting attacked into. So let's go ahead. Let's put Level Ball down. Let's go for the Cinccino. And a hand like this, you could always pitch your energies away. We want to have as many energies in our discard pile, so we're getting them back for Blissful Blast. We might just prematurely force our opponent to hit us for a Full Metal Wall, so we're going to pitch this hand away. I'm also going to start building up another one on the side as soon as that's possible. So let's go Level Ball. I'm going to grab another one of these out, and before I do anything, I'm going to start pitching things away. So let's go Make Do, discarding probably just a research. I don't think I need too many other researches this game. And I'm going to go ahead with another one. It's weird that we're not drawing into our energies these games, because we do play quite a few energies. I am going to go ahead discarding another research. I don't necessarily think we need one. So we did get our energy. Let's start building up this one. I am going to go Cape of Toughness on the Blissey as well. And I don't think I need to worry about Path to the Peak. They might play Power Plant. That's not going to hurt us. Chaotic Spell is not going to hurt us. Wondrous Lab is likely going to hurt us. So if they do play Wondrous Lab, I'm going to hold on to Path to the Peak to get that out of play. So let's hit our opponent with the Blissful Blast for not too much damage at all. And let's get back some of these energies. We're going to really force our opponent to hit us with the Full Metal Wall GX. And even if they hit us for 150, we play Malolana. So our deck should just be a better version of their deck at the end of the day. Now, maybe I need to worry about the Path to the Peak because it can slow down their Zacian. Again, I don't think they're going to be using it this turn. Since we play so many cards, I'm probably just going to play it on my next turn if we get to that point. And since we haven't drawn into too many special energies, there's a very good chance that we're just going to draw into some off this Marnie here. As you can see, Path to the Peak, Marnie, there's the Full Metal Wall GX. I'm totally cool with all of this. And they didn't really even attach. So let's go ahead and here and go Path to the Peak. Let's just get things flowing. Since we have more than 3 in our discard pile, that's cool with me. I'm just going to start pitching with other things right now to draw. I don't want to play Professor's Research right now. I am going to play Tool Scrapper, just get rid of this. I don't think it's super necessary. I am going to make do away this Lucky Energy. Probably didn't need the other Blissey V down there for what it's worth. I do have Malolana. I'm going to hold on to that in my hands. Let's go Powerful Colorless Energy there. Let's go Blissful Blast. That's a fun tongue twister of Pokemon. 30 damage. We're going to go back and we're going to grab Lucky Energy, and it doesn't matter. I'm going to grab Weakness Guard Energy just in case they play something stupid like a Galarian Zapdos. But the Galarian Zapdos is also not going to work with Path to the Peak if they do play anything like that. Galarian Zapdos is also able to discard our Weakness Guard Energy. I'm only saying that. I don't necessarily think LUCMETAL plays that, but we did see the Aurora Energy in our opponent's deck, so it is a possibility. If we do have double Weakness Guard, we can get around that kind of tech. So there's their Chaotic Swell. We probably want to save a spot for a Marshadow in this matchup for future reference. Now, if they go ahead and grab like a Guzmahala here, and they grab Guzmahala, it's very possible that they are going to try to find a way to get out a Pokemon, like a Galarian Zapdos. And again, that might just be a tough deal for us to work with. But if we get knocked out here, no worries at all. So let's try to calculate what we're swinging for, because there's a lot of pluses on our side. There's minuses on our opponent's side. So there's plus 120, so 130, 150, 150 minus... I am literally a psychic. We need to be careful because we have triple in play and our opponent can likely just knock us out. Once they knock out this Blissey, I'm totally cool with that. So let's just go ahead and discard other things. If they knock out our Blissey, we're just going to get them with the Path to the Peak, among other things. So let's go Make Do, discarding this. We're trying to just get other things in play. And I'm just going to start another one. There's a Chaotic Swell. I'm actually just going to hold on to the Chaotic Swell. Attaching, well, what are we doing here? We're doing 150, 1, 2, 3, 4, 130, plus 20, 150, minus 60, 90. So the damage isn't going to matter. Let's just hit this like that. Let's go ahead and go Blissful Blast. There's actually, we could get another Weakness Guard in there, but it's not likely. Let's just go Blissful Blast and attack. There's no reason for us not to get those energies back. So maybe we'll be able to get into a boss's orders if our opponent's not able to attack us. Maybe we'll be able to get back double Weakness Guard. There's a lot of cool things that we could do next turn. Marshadow, Path to the Peak, shutting off their Galarian Zapdos, getting things into play, seems like it's going to be quite huge. Yeah, and our opponent's going to be doing 340 damage to us out of nowhere. So, I mean, Galarian Zapdos is definitely a cool tech. Building up this big bird to 250 HP. And selecting the right energy as well. So let's send up the Blissey here. Let's go Marshadow. Marshadow going Resetting Hole. I'm just going to go make dues first before I decide to go too in-depth with anything else. There's a powerful colorless energy. Considering I feel like I'm going to lose my Malolanas anyways, I'm just going to pitch that away, trying to get another weakness guard if possible. I'm okay with losing another... I'm not playing research at this point, so I'm just going to pitch that. So there's our weakness guard energy. There's our path to the peak. So we're going to shut off their ability. Let's go like this. Let's go like this. And I'm going to go for Blissful Blast. So not a whole bunch, but I am going to get back another weakness guard energy, a powerful colorless, and a lucky energy. Capture energy is only to grab out Pokemon and when you get put into that situation where you need it. So, I mean, this is where we're going to play back and forth, getting our Blissey set up. The double weakness guard energy is really enough to get past the weaknesses we saw in the first matchup. We didn't see a fan of waves. Now, if our opponent is able to get this, they're going to hit for 170 damage. So 170, heal 120 from it. We are running a little bit low on cards in our deck. It's one thing, this deck can be quite destructive. So we'll see what our opponent's able to do here. There's a Metal Saucer. There's a Doll. Oh, they're going to go Boss. And they're going to just go Intrepid Sword. Got it. Okay. I mean, again, I don't see any reason for us not to go... I'm going to discard a reset stamp. I don't think that's going to necessarily matter. I do want to go Marshadow here. Resetting Hold the Chaotic Swell. And again, I can only assume that our opponent's Pokemon is not going to... Our opponent's not going to play another Chaotic Swell. So I'm going to go ahead here, go Lucky Energy, retreat into the Blissey. And I'm just... This is shut off for the rest of the game. These are the only other Pokemon. I want to build up a fat board state. Let's go Blissful Blast. 210 damage. I'm going to get back my triple energies. And we're going all in on this Blissey. I'm going to try to win the game in 3 turns off this Blissey. 220 minus... Like, if they're going to hit for 150, I'm going to heal, retreat back, knock this out in 1 hit. That's my plan, at least. We got 5 cards left in our deck. We got the Marnie. We got the Malolana. I think we got a chance here. We also have Palpad somewhere. We haven't seen Palpad so far. There's their 150. Awesome. Oh, we got... Oh, that's so tougher than I thought. I completely forgot that Lucky Energy is going to draw us cards. If they attack us, we will lose the game. We can take the knockout there, hit a blow, and then we're probably fine. Okay. I'm going to start building up on this one at this point. I'm going to Marnie to try to avoid losing the game. We're going to draw 3 prize cards here as well. No more Cinccinos for us. We're going to go Blissful Blast. This is enough for us to take the knockouts. Since we only have the 3 energies in play, I think we're chilling here a little bit. If they attack us and do damage, we should be okay. So there's 1 card, 2 card. The U-turn board's going to be really nice. So I don't think they're going to be able to take us out of the game. They're probably going to hit us for the knockouts. Cynthia Caitlin's cool. I don't know what they're going to grab here, but we're going to basically see everything that we want to see in our deck. Malolana is going to allow them to attack again. We might be in a little bit of a... The fact that we had to... Oh, it's tough. I wish we could have used Malolana last turn. 1, 2, 3 cards. Let's go. Okay, cool. We're not using Lucky Energy for the rest of the game, peeps, here. That's way too scary. We're going to send this up. And we now see every single card that we have left in our deck. Right now, we are doing... We have to go Marnie to avoid losing the game. Let's go... Powerful Colorless Energy. Just because we want to have the energies in play. Let's go ahead and go Marnie here. Again, avoiding this stuff for the rest of the game is the play. We have 5 turns left here. We didn't get Reset Stamp. I'm not playing Reset Stamp. I don't want to have 4 turns left in the game. I mean, I could have played it there too. I guess it really wouldn't have been that bad. I also don't want to play Cinccino in case our opponent goes into some Malolana type stuff. So let's go Blissful Blast for not quite enough. I'm going to go Weakness Guard, Powerful Colorless Energy. Lucky Energies, while they're super awesome, they can deck you out. I'm learning something new here for the very first time. So we're stacking on 5 energies. 150, 160, 160 minus... what's 160 plus 60? We literally need to get 1 more energy here. I don't know why our opponent's saying well played. I need to be very careful how I deal with this. 120 puts us at 110, so it's not enough for us to get the knockouts. I think we're going to lose the game. That's probably why they're saying well played. We basically, the Lucky Energies is what it costs us to lose this game. Because we can't even get anything else. Now, if we take the knockout, we don't win the game. Yeah, so we're just going to go ahead here and take the knockouts. That's the best that we could do. Yep. So slightly too far away. We're going to give our opponent the well played. So I think had I played around the Galarian Zapdos, which took out our first one, that's really what killed us this game. And their double Chaotic Swell should have saved his place for the Marshadow. But you want to know what? It's a learning experience when it comes to these new decks. And I mean, I also learned a lot about Lucky Energy. If Lucky Energy, you have to draw the cards. I never thought of it as a deck out scenario, but we came too close, not allowing us to use Malolana. So great game from our opponent. They certainly played around us. And I mean, it's all in a learning experience here on our channel. Super awesome. I love learning. So we'll have to see. We take the L, but we'll remember it. So that's what we have going on for our video today. I mean, we learned a lot about Blissey. Maybe Weakness Guard energy is more important, and maybe Lucky Energy is more of a hindrance than I originally thought. I mean, drawing cards sounds awesome until you lose by decking out. I mean, we didn't lose by decking out, but I think the Lucky Energy did cost us that game in ways that we had to avoid decking out instead of avoiding our opponent doing extra damage by healing with Malolana. So keeping that in mind, Blissey's a deck that requires more skill than I originally thought. I thought it was going to be attack, 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 damage, damage, damage. But the deck does have a lot of redeeming qualities, including getting back energies. Its damage output is relatively low, so we do got to watch out for things like that. Again, maybe too much on the draw power with the researches and all that stuff. Avoiding decking out is really going to be a #1 priority for me when I play this deck going forward. Let me know what you think about the deck. I mean, we did beat the Rapid Strike URSHIFU. Our opponent was teching Galarian Zapdos against us, so we'll have to see exactly what goes on in the meta. But right now, I think this deck is kind of cool, so we'll see if we can play it again and prove it in a couple weeks. That being said, I gotta edit this video. If you like this video, subscribe to this video. We are pumping out the subs lately. Got a couple hundred in the past few days, and I totally appreciate it. Seems like everyone's hyped for Chilling Reign. If you haven't already subbed, we are so close to 5,000 subs. It really means the world to me. That being said, like I said, I got to do some editing, so peace out and have yourself a great one. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's become a channel member. It's one of those things where I appreciate every single person who watches my videos, and I mean, that's really where it counts, but for the channel members, they've gone out of their way to financially support me, and I truly appreciate that gesture. It's one of those things when I started channel memberships up on my channel, and I just didn't know if anyone was ever going to do it, so I truly appreciate everyone taking the plunge, taking a leap of trust, and investing in me as a content creator. Truly makes a difference for me each and every month. If you haven't already thought about becoming a channel member, you might want to contribute to the channel, and I do put everything back into the channel to make it the best possible place to watch for Pokemon TCG content. Again, I truly appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Cheers. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.